The Addams family has been with us now for almost 100 years. They started out as a comic series back in 1938, and of course, one of the most memorable family members is Uncle Fester. He was never afraid to get his hands dirty or help his family out, and in this case, he's going to need to help the whole city. When I was a kid, this game really threw me for a loop as far as where to go. You spend half the time in the sewers, and it can get very confusing and turn you around quite a bit. But as I've gotten older and taken a deeper dive into the game, I found it's a lot more linear than you'd expect. So let's see if we can help Uncle Fester save his family and the city in Fester's Quest. He's just chilling in the moonlight with his drink. Yeah, that's not good. I remember seeing a picture of this in Nintendo Power Magazine. Yeah, Fester, that's not okay. Alright, I do have the turbo switched on my controller because I would grind the B button down to nothing after this game. It's a lot of shooting. Yeah, you'll wear your B button out. So I'm going to keep the turbo engaged. Alright, Pugsley gives you TNT, that's good. We'll definitely be using it. Actually, in our first boss fight, it's going to come in very handy. And Wednesday gives you Vice Grip. So when you get stung by one of the insects in this game that fly around, it doesn't take away any of your health, but oh, I downgraded my gun. It doesn't take away from your health, but it slows you down. I mean, to basically a crawl. But if you use one of those vice grips on your head, that's something Uncle Fester likes to do, it'll speed you back up again. All right, we're going to go into here. Do a little farming. These guys right here, these slimes, they multiply quite a bit and drop a lot of stuff. I'm hoping we'll get some gun upgrades. Now, earlier I said I grabbed a red gun and downgraded my gun. So if you grab one that's red, it actually takes you a step back. It downgrades your gun. The blue is what you're after. The blue lettered gun. That gives you the upgrade. Like that one there said whip. That's what I'm looking for here. Alright, there's no more enemies spawning here, so we're going to keep going. This is a terrible... Well, it could be worse with your gun in these narrow corridors. At least it kind of sweeps across. I'll wait till that red gun disappears. On this run, I'm not really focused upgrading the whip. I won't use it at all. I'll just stay primarily on the gun. And then there's some secondary items I'll use during boss fights, but mainly I just want to focus on getting the gun upgraded. And I'd love to get it fully upgraded as early as possible. That way I can focus on other stuff. All right, so this is the second to the last upgrade. Your final upgrade are these, I guess, arrows or arrowheads, whatever you want to call them, but they'll come out in a straight pattern, and they're 3 arrowheads wide. That's the final upgrade of the gun. I was really hoping to get it right there. It makes things so much easier when you come out and you start having to deal with other stuff. We'll keep going. Man. Well, maybe one of these sewer rats will give it to me. Maybe. These patterns with this. Oh. Thank you, Thing. Thing ends up being the most helpful family member in the game. You get potions. The potions he just gave us are health potions. And then he'll give us invisibility potion, which is probably the best item to have for every boss fight. And then later he gives you missiles. Homing missiles. Alright, so that's it. Our gun is fully upgraded. I will basically just lay down on the B button now. Let's try to get in here. Now this building doesn't have a boss, but there's a special area you can go into and go up against the wall and get extra health. Boy, this thing confused the hell out of me too when I was a kid. Finding my way in and out of this place are all the buildings. It's kind of like wizardry, but not near as fun. Alright. Thank you again, Thing. The great thing about all these secondary items is after you defeat a boss, they're all replenished. So if you drink all your invisibility or health potions or fire all your missiles, it's okay. You'll get them back. You know, other than the giant rats and aliens, this is the cleanest sewer, city sewer, I've ever been in. What if one of those rats was Splinter? These turds right here that chew their way through the walls. They're not too bad now that your gun is fully upgraded, but still need to be careful. We've gotten a lot of keys, and that's good. You don't want to go hunting for those. And if you ever accidentally leave a building or go out the wrong door and want to go back in, you have to use another key. This will be our first boss. And just in case, I'm gonna boost the health up. We'll use Pugsley's TNT. So I used quite a bit of TNT and potions, and look, it's all replenished. And your health gets replenished as well. So that's good. Yeah. Don't want to touch that gun downgrade. Or that one. I remember seeing a full map of the entire city sewer and how it all connects together. It was pretty neat. Sometimes on the street there is a huge ass alien. It's almost like it's the mama of those things. Yeah, these guys aren't going to stop coming. You could just sit on the bench and look at the water and not fight aliens. Getting lots of key drops, man. That's good. I don't want to risk it. There's some hallways and corridors you can kind of skirt by it, but just even if the top of his head touches it, there's still that chance. I'm trying real hard to keep my gun fully upgraded. Till she gives you a whip. Of course she would. The whip upgrades in this game are actually pretty badass. You end up with like a flaming whip. It looks like Simon Belmont's whip at the end of Castlevania 2. It's really neat. There's one boss, I named him the Knight on my timer. The whip does really, really well against him. Because his weak point is an area on his chest, and he keeps it pretty well covered with his shield. But the whip seems to get right through it. Okay. Yeah. Now, since I do have the whip, if I see any whip upgrades, I'll grab them. I won't shy away from them if they're kind of right there. I know I walked by the whip, but I don't want to take any chances. Now, the whip and the gun have different levels. See, I can swap between the gun and the whip. The gun has 8 upgrade levels. I don't know if the whip has 8. I'm not sure. One of these boss buildings has health. The max health you can get in this game is 4 squares. But I forget where it's at. Here he is. Nope, I left. Let's try that again. All right. I'm really enjoying the turbo button. I'd really like to find that 4th health square. It was either in his building or maybe one coming up. You think running this thing I would know that. They really want to downgrade my gun. Thing gives you missiles. That's badass. And they will get used. Trust me. We could just take a boat out and go fishing. Forget about all this alien shit. Oh, there's that thing. Look at that damn thing. Look at it. It's very fast, too. When you're out on the road with it, it will haul ass to you. Maybe it's this boss building. Okay. It's in here. You have to walk up to the wall and then press forward or up. Okay. All right, here he is. This guy here is... See that circle on his chest? It's almost like a gemstone or an arc reactor like Iron Man. That's the thing you want to try to hit. But these homing missiles do a pretty good job of getting around that. You can actually kill him pretty quickly with the whip, but I haven't focused on upgrading the whip. Luckily, you get quite a few missiles. Crazy enough, this will be the longest boss fight in the entire game. Alright, I'm out of missiles. And he waits so long in between sword swings. Dang. Okay. Yeah, this game definitely doesn't want you to keep your gun upgraded at all. I think I need to go into the... yeah. Oh, man. Maybe it was this building. Look around for a minute. I know I'm timing myself, but... well, never mind. Oh, got me. Ooh, I'm out of visibility potion. Okay, we squeezed around it. That was good. Now, this is going to squeeze into my time, but I've already done enough time-consuming stuff. I wanted to show you this. Yeah, if you sneak through the trees and go in this special house, you're all back together. That's a nice Easter egg. All right, Mama gives you nooses, so the nooses call Lurch. Now, those don't get replenished, so I'm going to save them for the alien ship. I'm going to use them on there, because when you use a noose and summon Lurch, he destroys everything on the screen. It's really nice to have, but you're limited. So... I don't really want to use them till I absolutely need them. Oh, there's that 4th L square. I bet you earn it through maybe experience or something. I thought it was down here. Okay. Getting kind of turned around here. Ah, that's where I was. What the hell? No, wait. Sorry, folks. I was getting a little turned around. Imagine doing this as a kid. Yeah, it doesn't take much to get me lost. All right. Let's go fight Dick Shooter. If we can find him. Yeah. He's held up in a pretty complicated building. Okay. He's not down the long corridor. He's not down there. Okay, that's where we came from. Merciful heavens. I'm, Here we go. I was lost as hell, folks. Yeah, I love the invisibility potions. Okay. So after getting all the clues of where you can be teleported up to the spaceship, you end up coming here to this small cemetery or memorial. And yeah. We are in the ship that we saw at the opening of the game. This is pretty much his last stand, so I'm going to use the hell out of Lurch. Because it is a very long walk to the end. And they'll still do everything in their power to downgrade your gun. Let's use some Lurch. I love that. I'm so glad. You know what gets me, though? You see Gomez Adams in the Easter egg house, but he doesn't give you any items. Thing gives you like 3 items. You figure maybe the missiles or something badass like that Gomez would give to you. But he doesn't. I always thought that was... I'm hitting start button just out of reflex. I just always thought that was weird that... I mean, even Mama gives you stuff, but not Gomez. And he seems like the family member that would just straight up give you homing missiles. And a lot of these creatures will respawn. As soon as you leave the screen and come back, they are going to come back. I mean, at this point, a gun downgrade probably wouldn't hurt, but I really need it for these last few turds. I am just instinctively hitting start. I don't know why I'm doing that. I got downgraded. That sucks. Curving around them just perfectly. Okay. I hate using Lurch on these little guys like this, but maybe we can get a gun upgrade here. All right, we should be getting into an... I'm out of lurches. Okay, this is the open area. I'm trying to think, is it up here? It's down here. I hated burning all those lurches like that on the little guys. Okay. I shouldn't have went up there. Is it down here? Well, they jumped over me. Wow. And that was the last of the potion. Now I'll just try to make myself invisible. All I have to do is make it to the end. With all my missiles intact. Here we go. There's a special spot right here in the corner. You can stand where the guns and the homing, or I guess these little round projectiles can't get to you. And you just fire your missiles. It's the easiest boss battle in the game. It requires no health, no invisibility. Just make sure you've got missiles. Yes, I needed to avenge young Charlie 5 on this. This game had me going every which direction, and it was difficult. There's no... You get one life, and that's it, but this was so much fun. Like I said, I've grown up with the Addams Family. The cartoons, the TV shows, the movies, even the newer stuff I've watched a bit of. So yeah, and I loved all the pictures of the family. For 8-bit graphics, it looks really good. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me for Fester's Quest.